Welcome to the Public Informational Open House for the North-South Parkway Sub-Area Study. We want to know about your transportation needs and input on the preliminary recommendations being made for north-south connectivity east of NC 115 for the towns of Huntersville, Davidson, Cornelius, and Mooresville. Your participation and feedback is very important in finalizing the critical connectivity, economic development, and transportation recommendations for the study area. Northern Mecklenburg County and southern Iredell County is one of the fastest growing areas in North Carolina. In addition to rapid population growth, the area has limited north-south roadways to accommodate increased traffic. The project area spans across 4 municipalities. These include the towns of Mooresville, Davidson, Cornelius, and Huntersville. A majority of land use in the area is residential. Due to rapid growth, improved north-south connectivity is critical for local communities. The North-South Parkway could complement existing NC 115 to the east and offer additional access for development opportunities. This project is jointly funded with the Charlotte Regional Planning Organization and the local communities in the study area. Your input is critical for providing local communities with a cohesive plan for the North-South transportation corridor. Understanding the history of planning in this area is important to developing a framework for the North-South Parkway sub-area study. Nearly a decade ago, initial north-south thoroughfares with an extension of Prosperity Church Road, NC 73, and a new road on the east side of Davidson were included in the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Thoroughfare Plan. In 1989, Shearer Road and its extension south of NC 73 were also added. The thoroughfare connections were reinforced in 1992 by the North Mecklenburg District Plan. Several years later, a thorough analysis and extensive public engagement process led to the Mecklenburg Union Municipal Planning Organization adopting a specific route building on the concepts approved in 1992. In 2010, the Urban Land Institute completed a study that further supported the need for north-south connectivity and recommended a new facility. The North-South Parkway would complement existing NC 115 through the area and offer additional access for growth and development. Various thoroughfare plan amendments were then adopted to enhance north-south connectivity in northern Mecklenburg County and southern Iredell County. In 2017, the Clark Creek Small Area Plan identified a portion of the preliminary alignment for the North-South Parkway, leading us to today, where local jurisdictions, including the towns of Huntersville, Davidson, Mooresville, Cornelius, and Iredell County, have agreed that a comprehensive effort must be undertaken to link their planning together in a cohesive manner. This sub-area plan started in the summer of 2018 and will take approximately 11 months to complete. The project is broken into 3 phases. In Phase 1, our project team collected data from Mecklenburg County, the North Carolina Department of Transportation, local jurisdictions, state agencies, and other sources that speak to the planning area. The existing conditions and analysis for the sub-area plan were presented at a series of open houses held in the fall of 2018 in Mooresville, Huntersville, and Davidson. Feedback received from those open house events and through the online survey helped inform the preliminary recommendations being presented today. In Phase 2, issues and opportunities were identified as a result of analyzing existing conditions and data along with the input from community engagement. This includes community options and recommended priorities for developing alternative alignments in the North-South Parkway corridor. Draft recommendations have been created for the second phase community meeting here today in order to gather an additional layer of feedback in refining the sub-area plan. In the third phase of the project, feedback from the community will guide the creation of final recommendations for amendments to the comprehensive transportation plan and possible improvements to help accomplish north-south connectivity in the study area. The project began, as the name implied, that the North-South Parkway would be a multi-lane, single roadway that would stretch from Mooresville to Charlotte. Public engagement and existing conditions analysis confirms existing development and environmental impediments to new facilities in the area. As a result, The North-South Parkway study has evolved into an analysis of thoroughfare connectivity and overall network of complete streets that can aid in the north-south mobility needs throughout the study area. There is not one parkway that can complement NC 115, but rather a series of connections using existing and proposed thoroughfares that attempt to satisfy the north-south transportation demand for the local jurisdictions in the sub-area. The analysis thus far has examined the following, which has led to this conclusion. The existing comprehensive transportation plan, primarily highway, bike, and pedestrian maps, existing and proposed land use plans, existing and proposed development, locations of environmentally sensitive areas, including waterways, floodplains, conservation easements, historical properties, greenways, and parks, previous studies and plans identifying alignments for north-south connectivity in the Comprehensive Transportation Plan, and extensive feedback from the first series of public open houses and online survey results. The recommended alignments to increase north-south connectivity include existing roadways to improve or widen, proposed roadways currently on the Comprehensive Transportation Plan to build or protect their path, and new roadway connections to add to the Comprehensive Transportation Plan for right-of-way protection if and when the underlying land develops. In the maps, the dashed lines identify where new roadway facilities would be needed. Solid lines identify existing roadways. All recommended alignments begin with a proposed extension of Prosperity Church Road from Eastfield Road to Huntersville Concord Road. The yellow alignment continues north using existing Hawassi Road, then on new alignment east of the Rama Presbyterian Church to NC 73. This section of the yellow alignment is currently designated as a boulevard on the Comprehensive Transportation Plan. A boulevard is a multi-lane roadway, typically with a divided planted median, including bike lanes and sidewalks. The preliminary recommendation is that the boulevard designation remain for this section. Crossing NC 73, the yellow alignment follows June Washam Road through the River Run neighborhood, and then onto Shearer Road. Shearer Road then continues into Iredell County to the town of Mooresville. Both June Washam Road and Shearer Road are currently designated as minor thoroughfares in the Comprehensive Transportation Plan. This designation should remain, as a minor thoroughfare is typically envisioned ultimately as a two-lane roadway with pedestrian and bicycle accommodations. Improvements are needed for June Washam Road from Davidson Concord Road to the beginning of the River Run neighborhood. These improvements should widen the road to standard lane widths, including a designated bike lane and sidewalks. Improvements to Shearer Road are primarily bicycle and pedestrian provisions, which could be accomplished through a multi-use path along the corridor. The easternmost corridor is the blue highlighted alignment, which begins on Huntersville Concord Road from the proposed extension of Prosperity Church Road. From Huntersville Concord Road, it follows a new location north and east to Poplar Tent. This section of the blue alignment replaces and modifies an existing proposed minor thoroughfare on the Comprehensive Transportation Plan. The modification was necessary to lessen the impacts to properties and improve operational characteristics in the long term. Going northward, the blue highlighted alignment follows existing Poplar Tent Road to NC 73, and then along Shiloh Church Road and Odell School Road to NC3. The blue alignment continues on NC3 into the town of Mooresville. Improvements along the blue alignment would include the long-term widening of NC3, Odell School Road, improvements to Shiloh Church Road and Poplar Tent Road, along with the construction of the new minor thoroughfare from Huntersville Concord Road to Poplar Tent Road. Improvements to all these roadways should include bicycle and pedestrian accommodations. The red alignment begins with an alternative to the yellow new alignment in the area of Rama Presbyterian Church. A recommendation on this segment, which goes west of the historic church, has not been made, only that it is another option to consider. Potential impacts and costs are being developed for this option compared to what is currently on the Comprehensive Transportation Plan and highlighted in yellow in this study. For either option around the historic Rama Presbyterian Church, the red highlighted alignment continues north of NC 73 along existing Davidson Concord Road to East Rocky River Road. From this point, a new minor thoroughfare is proposed to extend north, crossing Gray Road and ending at Presbyterian Road in Iredell County. This new roadway would help to reduce the projected traffic on both Shearer Road and NC 115, as it would run between and parallel to those roads. The alignment north of East Rocky River Road would be preserved through the development process, meaning it would not be built until the underlying land is developed. Or it could become a local project to provide an additional option for all modes and help reduce the demand on NC 115 and Shearer Road if local jurisdictions deem appropriate. The new extension should be a two-lane roadway with bicycle and pedestrian provisions, which could be accomplished through a multi-use path along the corridor. The purpose of this public informational open house meeting is to solicit your feedback on the preliminary recommendations for this area. As you exit the presentation area, please join the project team, where you will be able to view detailed base maps of existing conditions analysis on easels and preliminary recommended alignments on tables. Be sure to fill in the sign-in sheet, review the maps and handout information, and please ask questions and make comments to the project team staff. You may also include your comments on sticky notes, on the drawings, and through an interactive survey. If friends, family, or neighbors were unable to attend, please direct them to the project website where they can still provide comment through the interactive survey online. We would thank you for taking your time to provide us with the valued comments on this project. Please proceed to the workshop area to engage with our project team.